Or your supports actually just die to solo Visage birds when you have Ags like Skyreth, who has no armor. He just gets evaporated.
When you pick a lineup like this as well, do you need like a frontline tank, like some sort of like beefy initiator, or like does Drew is kind of a weak hero, and if you go on her with Lycan, she's not really having a great time.
Yeah,
so.
it's really good to have, like, people think Drow should have 4 other range heroes, but it's not necessarily always true. Like, you want someone like a Viper, someone who can stand in front. Actually, like, one of my personal favorites is having like a Tidehunter, just because he stands there and he's a sea monster. If they go on your Drow, they're gonna get ravaged. It's not that easy to play against. Drow in general is, like, her concept's good against BKB, because every hero on your team does high physical because of the aura, so you don't want to have to rush BKB against Drow, but you sort of have to rush BKB against Tidehunter, so it's like some nice synergy there.
What about like Bristleback or something like that?
Bristleback's really good against Drow Visage, just his close kill of the birds. I think Drow without Visage is good against Bristle though, because I think Bristleback sort of lives on edge. Like, he has 400 HP after a fight, and all the entire enemy team's dead because he got so many kills off. If they have too much damage, you just die. Like, you don't do anything. Weaver's sort of interesting because with how he can one-shot the birds. So he can be super annoying, and one of the strengths of Visage is, of course, you can have your birds on the other side of the map and split push and be annoying with them and take farm. But like, if you're losing them every now and then, you're not taking farm, you're just trading farm, or at worst you're giving an extra farm. Ooh.
Holy crap.
That hero's really good as Lycan.
Yeah, you can kind of man fight him with the mist chance.
Well, it's not just about fighting his troll, it's so about like your whole team with Drow turns into just mass damage. Like, even if you BKB on Lycan or run in against that team, you're gonna die. You're just gonna get annihilated instantly.
The problem that they have though is, like, I think they're overdoing on the concept of we want more damage again, because like, I think unless they start snowballing, it's going to be really hard to just not get kited or like sort of get split up in the team fight, because to separate to dodge the ravage and then someone dies to nukes. Like, I really do feel like they need some more stuns here.
Okay.
Well, at the same time, do you feel as though maybe they could adopt this kind of, we're not going to go necessarily for full fight commitment, we're just going to try to early game just like tier 1s and play it relatively safe, use Wisp for safety, as opposed to like trying to fight with it?
Oh, that'd be definitely good. Like, if they can force 5 heroes to meet them somewhere, and then they can use like the Wisp save to cancel a Ravage, like they're going to take 2 towers, or even like 2 towers plus Roshan or another objective, just because like this lineup, like this is the highest DPS you can get basically.
Yeah,
like,
it's insane.
Swap someone for a Venge maybe, and that would be the best. But
even Koikfa is going to be doing so much right-click damage on his poke. Like, it's
and Puck is he's one of the heroes who you don't expect to do a lot of damage, but he gets to hit a lot. That's why a lot of pros, like every pro pretty much gets treads on him. Yeah, like he hits a lot in fights, and you go into positions where you can hit a lot safely, and that's sort of important.
Cool. I think Weaver is actually pretty good against Wisp, because you know the way you can see the relocate coming and you can always Tucci away just in time. Yeah,
Weaver's one of those heroes, especially like usually if you have a Wisp, you have sort of a hard setup for him, like a Beastmaster or something like that. Yeah. Team Tinker has nothing, right? Like they have maybe pot coil into it, but like if you pot coil Weaver and Weaver presses R, like he's out of there. Like there's not much catch for a Wisp TP. So that means that Wisp's primary focus this game is basically he's going to want to farm the jungle, and he's going to want to accelerate the farm of his allies. And I think that's sort of a underutilization of the hero, because the strength of that hero, like the main focus of that hero for the past year or 2 years or whatever, has been he can be anywhere with a teammate. Yeah. And like there's most problem at TI3, but it was scary playing against the West. It's not scary playing against the West this game.
So if you had to choose and you were looking at both lineups, and I mean obviously for like early mid game, I would probably say VP Polar have an easier lineup to run, just because they have very decent roam, whereas like you said, the Wisp is going to be majority of the time kind of farming. Visage doesn't do a ton on his own. He might be able to keep at least one extra hero safe, but other than that, he's kind of just there. So if it goes like 35 minutes plus, do you think Troll plus Drow is just too hard to fight, or do you think that VP Polar can still make something happen?
In Dota, I like the concept of like different heroes having peaks.
Yeah.
So I think that VP Polar's early game's should be better. Like their supports are way stronger. They can contest every rune. They should get every rune this game. Yeah. On top of it. But then like after a little bit, they're gonna have Ravage, so they're gonna be stronger. And then once there's a point in time where like maybe you have BKBs on Troll and Drow, where you're gonna be super strong, and that's probably their peak for the game for a while. And then VP Polar might have Refresher on Tide, and then the BKB start getting low, and then they'll peak. And then if it gets super late game, the game just gets messed up and weird, because Dota late game is scary.
Yeah. At that point, it's just whoever gets the better fight just wins the game, basically.
I really like the Howl interaction with Weaver as well. It's really, really cool. Like all of a sudden, you hit so hard on supports if you're trading with them.
Yeah, and Yeah. He's scary, honestly, with this Weaver this game, because like Puck is really, really good for Sim, but usually what that means for this lineup is that if Puck's showing somewhere, Weaver can do whatever he wants this game. And being able to do that on a hero like Weaver is like, that's the exact situation you want, because you're usually never going to get a game where all 5 heroes can't touch you. But so this is sort of ideal, right? Like if it happens where all 5 heroes can't touch you, that means you've massively outpicked your opponent. And well, I think I give that to VP Polar here. I don't think that's the case here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think being Weaver in this game is pretty easy, actually, like for the most part. And I mean, if you're Weaver in this case and you buy BKB at that point, as long as you haven't like wasted your time lapse Shikuchi, you basically can't die.
Yeah.
Unless you're like really, really horrendously out of position. So in that sense, in terms of like the ability for VP Polar to split push, I'd still say it's pretty strong. If you're liking this game, do you imagine going like obviously Book probably and then into BKB and then just continue to take like Rat until you find an opportunity to fight around Roshan or something?
That sounds pretty good. Book is like Cho's really good against Book just because you have the mischance. That's one of the reasons he's good versus Lycan, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it should still be good. You could try going for some sort of fast arm that BKB build, which wouldn't be bad, I think, this game.
But that's like pretty much purely fight oriented, right? Like you want to fight with that build?
It is fight oriented, but I actually think Necrobook is more of a fighting build because Necrobook doesn't scale well into late game. Like you're eventually going to sell it, whereas the other build you actually farm faster just because you have items. Like you're not popping your Necrobook to farm usually.
Yeah.
Do you even go BKB on Weaver in this game? I think like Manticide or something like that would be more than enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get BKB on Weaver just because everyone has such high physical. Like you're going to get BKB and you can't stand a fight. And when you buy a BKB and you can't stand a fight, like it's so sad because you're getting an item that completely stunts your farm.
Yeah.
All right, so just a quick update for the people who are wondering why we're paused. Apparently Sam is having some PC issues, so he's just going to be restarting his computer. And if you just happen to see us at the desk, then that's why. So just a fair warning to everyone. Sorry, I was given a mission, and that was my mission.
I don't get any of these missions.
That's because you can't do 2 things at the same time.
That's true.
It's okay, though.
I get
Still love you.
confused.
So, as far as, like, Team Tinker, their lineup, I really feel as though, like, basically with the Troll, if you're ever, like, 5-manning during the mid to late game, and you get to VP side of the map, no amount of ratting is going to work, right? Like, you basically have to back to defend your base.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, in some ways, it's like, Team Tinker, if they even have a decent early mid game, VP Polar basically have to rely on that peak that you were talking about, right, to kind of seal the game.
Yeah, but it's not that easy because, like, as soon as Tada's blink, like, the initiates are pretty easy for VP, honestly. They have invisibles, like, they have a vision advantage over the other team, and they have, like, I don't know, like, more standard nukes, I guess, like, easier to execute. Like, because executing Team Tinker's lineup basically means you have to bait out the first set of nukes or something, and then you have to take a good fight off that. There's a possibility, like, Bulba can actually go pretty ham this game, because the supports can't touch his birds, which is really nice. But it's not that easy. Even, like, the Lycan wolves are really obnoxious. Like, when I play on Luxembourg, and I never want to play versus a Lycan, because I'll lose my birds before I can land them. And it's still true on that, just because there's a lot of pressure and you have to do a lot of things at once. So that's something he has to really look out for. And they're invisible and they're stupid. But yeah.
And they have 15 health regen.
Yeah, they're actually ridiculous. Like, I don't know.
Small bit of hate for Lycan there.
So we haven't actually talked about what we think the lanes are going to be. I mean, I'm guessing from Team Tinker, it's most likely going to be offlane Puck. Wisp is going to abuse the woods, probably do some stacking, things like that. Safe lane Drow. And that means Troll mid. So matchup likely to be, I guess Phobos is playing on the Weaver, right?
Yeah.
So does that mean Illidan's going mid, or is a Weaver going mid?
Well, the Tida's got pooled to Tango.
I think he's still off lane.
Yeah.
I think ideally Team Tinker would want to be able to dual lane top, like an ideal game, but like dual laning top against Ogre Scarith is again like
Crazy.
sort of, yeah, it's actually insane.
So you think it's actually worse to put a dual lane top just to hold the attention of the supports than it is to just go passive and let them do whatever they want?
It would be really nice if they could hold the attention, but I think they might just die.
Okay.
Like,
and then obviously dying is still worse, because
Yeah.
if they roam and they get a kill, that's still the same thing pretty much, and they're getting a kill on a more important hero than...
Yeah, for sure. Because like both the supports on Team Tinker, like the only way they can basically go aggressive or dual lane is they need to have maybe one of their carries pull the other heroes, so the supports can buy like ring of protections or something.
Okay.
Because like the jump from 0 armor to 1 ring of protection is basically like 20% damage reduction. So that's actually so much, when, especially considering how much physical there is when you have a How.
All right, so
They are saying things.
apparently, yeah, the network of Dota 2 is down currently. Who would have thought?
Nice la, nice la.
Dota 2 so strong.
I love having my games later.
I want to blame Sam. You know.
Yeah, most things in this game are Sam's fault.
Well, I mean, that comes with the territory, right? If you invent everything, then everything has to be your fault because you invented
He
it.
was telling me how he invented ET yesterday. He kept saying it to me.
He invented me, apparently.
Yeah,
according to
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Really?
It's true.
Right before you were born, he just, you know.
You could have done better.
Well, actually, what ended up
Drastic.
happening was like the first casting that I ever did for Dota 2. It was like a tournament that I was supposed to cast with AC, or that he was supposed to cast with AC, right? And I asked him, and then he messaged me on Skype and says he can't come. So he asked me to stand in.
Oh my god. So he
So
did.
that was planned and he
Literally,
invented
see,
you.
he's pointing to himself. He's like, yeah, it was me. It was me.
That was all Bova. 100%
Good job.
Bova.
100%. Thank you, Sam,
You
for
owe me.
inventing me.
He said you owe me.
That's fine.
Do you owe him?
I buy him food or something. He'll be fine.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
I can talk to if I want to. I
If
just
you
got
wanted
told.
to.
I just got told. Well, I am actually winning a Hearthstone game. I figured might as well. Well, I thought I was winning, and now I'm like the way it goes.
What class are you playing?
I'm playing a priest, and I have a horrible deck because I have all the taunt cards.
Amazing.
I'm the
Are you playing
worst.
Arena?
No. So.
Oh,
wait,
so you made your deck with all dog cards?
I was like, wait a minute, you must be playing Arena.
how awesome! And I now have a hero or a thing that has 1 attack damage and 16 health.
Oh, that's good. That's
Nice.
good. You just need the
you're
equal attack
playing.
and health card, and you
Yeah.
win.
And just that.
Great game.
It's going. It's an awesome game, as you can tell. But it is a break. We have a Dota network down, and I'm afraid that it might take a little while because I saw some stuff
Is-
on Twitter before. So other people having issues with it as well. So hopefully it gets fixed soon. But we don't know. I actually now that the draft is done, are you still sticking with your predictions?
Yep. Still think it's going to be 1-1, so I guess that means that Team Tinker is winning this game. I think that teams have a really hard time closing out games nowadays. It could just be me, but every single time it gets like 25, 30 minutes, those lineups that peak around that time, they never seem to actually end the game.
Wasn't VP Polar the team that beat? I want to say. EG against Drow Visage or Alliance against Drow Visage? Like they weren't they the team that beat Drow Visage earlier this tournament?
I think
it
that
was
was EG. I think
Thursday.
Alliance ran
Yeah, it was
Joe
EG.
without
Oh.
Visage.
Yeah,
Wrong team. Okay,
close.
close enough.
It's sort of weird because Joe Visage lineups are really fragile in that you'll take all their towers, you'll take Roshan, your team's super strong, and then you lose one team fight and the game's over.
Yeah.
Like they finish this one item and the game's actually just done.
Yeah. Like if the game goes super late game.
If the game's just super late game, I think VP Polar win.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with
Super,
the push.
super late game. Well, this is assuming their push doesn't work.
Okay.
Because super
Yeah.
late game. Because like double Ravage, you can't really dodge a melee blink double Ravage, and they're still gonna have a vision advantage. So don't know.
Okay.
Like Joe sucks when they're close to her. She loses 80 agi. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, yep.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, really, because it all depends on so many factors, right? Like, you can theorize that one team at some point is going to be stronger, but you don't actually know how the game's going to go.
Yeah,
You can-
that's actually really true.
Yeah.
Like especially late game, it's so scary playing late game. Actually,
It's too clowny. Like, after 45 minutes in the game, it's like one person makes a mistake and your whole team's dead.
I mean, if you let me draft, I'd push strats, you know? Like, zero chance to lose late game.
We
But
never see, like, Chen or Enchantress or anything like that anymore. It's only
Oh.
Enigma, basically. is
I think
Chandler's
Enchantress is
most.
still getting picked. I'm not too sure. She used to get picked a lot more in the Chinese scene, and like
Yeah.
how they ran her was really cool, actually. I think she's still a decent hero. I think Chen sucks,
Okay.
and I love that hero, so I'm just depressed about that.
Does it make your lane too weak, or why does it suck?
Chen, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he just-
like the towers, the early towers aren't worth anything anymore. Like I don't know. I played a pub. I got like a 10-minute egg. I took an ancient. It's just was useless.
No, the ancient thing is
That's actually
just
the
a
worst
joke.
thing in my life. Like I want. That's the first game in a long time. Though I've just wanted to like rage quit because like that was just so ridiculous. Like I took a ancient creep and TA 2-shot it. Like this level 9 TA. Like my I don't know, but like. Yeah, that hero is not very good.
Speaking of TA, why isn't TA picked? I feel like the hero is still ridiculous.
She was played earlier by EG.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wasn't here for that.
We had RTC play
was-
TA. It was his first time this entire patch.
Okay.
So
TA is sort of one of those heroes who's like situationally imbalanced if she's picked later.
Yeah.
But when she's picked early on, like you get like some Slark or something against her, and she just feels like the worst thing to play.
Okay. So you want to pick it last? It's like them.
Yeah, it's like she's definitely situationally imbalanced though, and I think most heroes in Dota are, which is why I love this game.
Cool.
It's all variables.
I wonder, in a game like this, okay, the pause is really long. You've done your draft as a player. What kind of impact does that have? Like, does it have an impact? Like, you can, like, do you over theory craft things? What do you do?
I think it depends on your mental state going into the game, because like if you're in a really good mental state, you'll have a plan, like something planned out, and everyone will trust it. But if you're all arguing the last game, you might like start having conflicts, like, oh, I think this is better, and I don't care what you think, and there'll be stuff like that. On LAN, usually it's better, just because everyone sort of plays more focused, I think, on LAN. Like there's more pressure, but people are trying way harder, I think, too, usually.
It's like the fight or flight thing, right? It's like you just like either turn on or you just shut down completely, and most people usually step up when they're in a competitive environment. So, what?
Lost.
You lost?
There was a creep with 2020, and then I just.
Hey, Conrad, want to get me more water? Nice.
That's what managers are for, guys. That's why you have a manager.
Nice. Oh wait, the last cup's mine.
Yeah, this is mine.
Yours? Yes.
What a nice
Thank
guy.
you. Amazing.
MVP.
Shout out to Conrad.
What a man.
He worked ridiculously hard.
I saw his tweets last night. They were quite funny.
He works ridiculously hard in tweeting, apparently.
No, he does.
It's part of the work. Like.
Yeah, he does.
I think the first time I met him was DreamHack 2012, something like that. And I just saw him like everywhere. Like he was like getting keyboards for people that they didn't have apparently.
Was he the one that was then a manager for like 3-4 different teams? Or was
that was Charlie.
That was Charlie.
Hey, the camera's on us.
Yeah.
Has it been on us this entire time?
No, not just on us, but it's been like
circling around.
Nice.
It's fine. You're supposed to act like it's not there. So the fact that you didn't know it was there
nice.
means that you did what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, why don't we actually take a quick look at the standings now that we're here anyway? I totally did not get that set in my ear. But these are the standings. We have got, of course, the two teams playing right now. VP Polar and Team Tinker. Now, VP Polar are sitting on 7 losses. And I'm looking at the losses because that basically indicates... Oh, that was fast. Basically indicates how many games you're still allowed to lose before you drop down. And VP Polar can't really drop down any games anymore. Can't really drop any games anymore. What's up? Enjoy your water.
He came over here and he said, "Don't pour it on any other players' heads."
I was so tempted just then.
Good.
Yeah.
Reach over.
I mean, there's nothing up there anyway. It just comes right off.
He said player.
Yeah.
He said player,
He's a
so
player.
feel free.
He's
a player.
He's 4K MMR scum.
If even.
If even. On his good days.
YOLO swag Dota is
Yeah.
the way
Are
forward.
you still watching Ted's replay, by the way? Have you actually fully agreed to that? Because I don't think you're actually prepared
think-
for what you're
I
gonna
will
see.
watch that, but I'm not doing anything until after Summit.
Okay.
Actually, I'm making like a sort of like a rant. Okay, let me just rant about something right
You
now.
have a rap? Did you say
rant? Rant.
Okay.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine like the only rapper that's Asian is probably Luminous, but anyways, like, so I tried to make like a rant blog, sort of like my first one was going to be on like pub mentality, like stuff like that, and I tried to do it in a hotel internet, and I uploaded like 9 minutes, and then the internet went out and just completely crashed because I recorded it into YouTube because like I'm a noob, so I didn't like use some external thing. So apparently I need internet, and I went on tilt and I recorded it like 4 more times, and I got to 3 minutes each time, and then it crashed. So I have to do that when I get back. I'm just upset about that.
Isn't it annoying? Like when you do rant logs, it's just it's just text. It's just you talking, right? So you have to say the things over and over again. Like if one fails, you do it again. Is it at some point like not coming out as authentic as you would? Like it comes for yourself. I mean, not even for the viewers.
It's actually really big problem for me because I make notes, but then as soon as I've already done it once, they stop being notes and it becomes a script. Yeah. And then like
it sounds different when you're saying it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's super because like especially like I had this in like the last vlog I did was sort of a bit longer, and then. Like I did the first time and then I screwed something up, so I had to do it again. And I was just like, oh, I said that time last time. And I'm like, oh, I should say that again. But like, it completely screws up your thinking, so that's not fun.
Yeah, that's horrible. Then
I need to be way better at this stuff, but it's a learning process, I guess.
But you said that you had your internet fixed, right? Or?
I downloaded like a third-party program to record the video.
Okay.
Wow.
What is that?
Reconnected.
Oh, cool. That means.
Wait, there was a Dota game going on?
Wait, what?
Apparently.
I'm lost.
So they picked heroes. Okay, we're good to go.
Nice.
We're good to go? Cool. Then I think my job is done. Into the game we
Well
go.
done, Cheever. You saved us.
Amazing.
Boing. That was new.
Oh yeah, we have our new intro sound.
It's very good. Very
I
good.
wish I got to hear the intro sound.
You didn't hear it?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, you don't have
Oh,
it in
really?
here.
I can get in ears? Does that mean like production can speak to me and tell me all the things I'm doing wrong? Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, typically they'll only talk to like
Oh,
Sheever.
they talk to like one
They
person?
talk to the host, right?
Oh, so they're
Yeah, because the host is the one who moves the show along.
Okay,
so
they're
whenever there's something that needs to be shown, Sheever's like, look over here, look over here.
Okay, that's cool.
know,
I've never
that's
known
what
how these things work. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, sometimes it's kind of disorienting though, because somebody will say something to you at the same time that you're saying something, and it's very jarring the first few times that happens.
This is really interesting. Are they going dual lane mid, dual lane top, and troll solo bottom? Is that their plan here? Or is it just troll tri lane? I'm not too sure what's happening, honestly. Like, troll solo mid is actually quite good, because you don't lose to a lot of heroes, actually, and by going even, you're winning your other lanes.
Yeah. I really like when people pull Wisp mid as well, because you can stack so much.
Yeah, it's really cool. And they're already preparing for that by cutting down the trees.
So I guess in this particular team, like for Team Tinker at the very least, you're going to have a pretty efficient early game. And do you think VP Polar suffer at all from not necessarily getting anything done with the Skywrath and the Ogre, other than just deterring Team Tinker from putting anybody towards top? Because I think if you take this like defensive positioning from Team Tinker, that if your Drow doesn't do anything, like if you don't feed and your Troll does well, that you're pretty much getting everything you want out of your early game.
I'm going to be completely honest.
You didn't hear me because Chris was putting your in-ear in.
Yeah.
I
and now I
totally
hear
understand.
myself, and it is really weird. I'm not used to
You'll
this.
get used to it after like 5 minutes.
Okay, okay.
You'll be okay.
So sorry, what was the... I'm sorry.
No, I'm just like the way that Team Tinker have chosen to lane this, it's more about keeping themselves safe. So we're going to see EGM tethered to safety.
Thank you, Bulba.
Safe is definitely the way you want to play against like Skywrath Ogre supports, because those are the two strongest supports in the game.
This offensive tri lane, if they do it, is actually really scary as well. Like, the constant harass from Skywrath and then Phobos just going ham.
The biggest thing I think is that if they leave like Weaver plus Skywrath down bottom, like it's very hard for Team Tinker to kill them. And having an Ogre that can run around the map without any like fear is going to be, it can break a game. So you see EGM coming up and hitting an Ogre for 20 damage a hit because he has 18 armor. The Ogre's just manning up on him, and like he doesn't care about anything. Look at this hero.
He has boots as well.
Yeah, he has boots. Like EGM's going to take like 200 something damage for this. And that's not a good trade.
He just kind of has to chill though. He nearly has a bottle, like straight up rushes bottle.
Yeah, that's really good. And sometimes it's even nice that you took damage because you don't get overcharged early.
Oh, true, actually. Yeah.
And they're diving mid. They won't get anything out of this. Packouts sensing it as being good.
It can still be quite annoying though for anybody who's trying to mid that the support just walks by and forces you off the wave for X amount of time.
And this is really crucial for VP Polar actually, because I think Draw Ranger beats Tidehunter. Like I'm really bad on my 1v1 matchup just because I'm support and I'm bad at mid. But
I think any orb walking hero beats a melee hero. I think that's pretty much just how it should be.
yeah,
But I don't know if she beats Tide as hard as most heroes, right?
you have melee heroes, but then there are melee heroes like Panda who are like, they don't lose to like Viper. So
Like the anchor smash is pretty good for getting the wave. Like,
yeah, like he'll pretty much always be able to spam in the wave so that Ogre can die behind.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, they do some harass to Wisps, getting a bit low. Like Troll's really strong in lane, but they don't have any disables, so if they go on someone, it might be really hard to save. Like if they ever get to go on that Wisp, he's gonna die.
So it's all about EGM's positioning.
Yeah, and he's actually already out of bottle charges pretty much. He has one left, which is not that favorable for to be honest.
Especially when
Actually going to go around here. They put a Grave Chill onto him. He's walking in with the Whirling Axes. He's not going to be able to get a tether slow though. Soul Assumption doing a little bit of damage. EGM committing quite hard to this. Probably going to end up dying. Question is, are they actually going to get little in return? The first blood actually goes to Phobos instead, and Sing gets one kill. FNG's here, throws out the Ignite, dealing a pretty good amount of damage. Phobos still behind. I think that Ogre is still level 1. He comes back in with another Whirling Axes. EGM is back in the fray. They want to chase this over to the tower. The bash! Is he going to get enough damage in to kill? One more auto attack. EGM actually picks up a double
Phobos
kill.
has just been clicking them the whole time as well.
All right, so Sing probably going to be dropping here. Whirling Axes hits on the blind. No, the bottle charge is still keeping him up. They can't kill. EGM actually got a kill and died.
And then got another
and then got another kill when he was back.
Super Wisp.
That was really good play from EGM. He sort of baited out the attacks on him because they're like, oh, we have to hit the Wisp to cancel the bottle, but then we have to try to kill the Troll because he's already low. So he was able to get the Troll healed up. And
because they attacked him.
he basically didn't even lose any ball. Yeah, they threw the Skywrath nuke on him and everything.
So if they didn't attack him in this case, would it have been better just to kill the Troll because he can't actually heal him?
I think that if they turned on the Wisp right away, they would kill Wisp because he's 0 armor and Troll is 6 armor with a poor man shield.
So just as a random thought, like the Drow with potentially a triple ranged, and actually we might have to hold that thought, is Sting's going to eat a concussive shot here. EGM actually kind of tethers nearby. Should be okay. I don't think this actually kills him. Very close, though.
They didn't how. That guy should be dead.
Yeah. But, I mean, do you think the Drow Aura actually equalizes this lane a little bit? Whereas before, like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but 6 or 7 extra damage can mean a pretty big difference early game when you have 3 different people hitting you.
I think it helps a lot. I think how is more useful if you can sort of coordinate it.
Yeah, of course.
But you have to, like, Puck is going to do very well top until Lycan's level 5, basically. So that's what Team Tinker has going for them. And a really farm Puck this game is actually, like, he can crush, because when you go aggressive like this, like, look at the levels, right? Like, Scarith and Ogre and Weaver are all under level 3 at 4 minutes, whereas Puck is almost level 6, basically. So if he ever gets, like, level 9, where the supports aren't even 6 yet, like, he's going to kill them in 2 nukes.
Okay. And as you said, the supports from VP are kind of dominating the runes quite heavily. Like, Pyka got a haste.
And he's ganking.
He's ganking
what a
on
player. I enjoy this.
Well, they're going to go on Illidan here. He's not level 6, so he doesn't have Shapeshift or to come in. Should be a really easy kill for them.
Nice, nice, nice.
Cool. With the Wolves.
Bottom lane. Also, Lil's going to be dropping here as well. VP Polar losing 2 in the little exchange here, or, well, top and bottom. I mean, EGM died again, but I don't really think he cares about that.
Nah, it's actually pretty good to just be able to refill your bottle charges.
So Koikfa TP's home, and now he's going to go middle. Interesting. So, do you think Pycat was struggling, or just because he got the haste, he said, "Here, Koikfa, will you go mid?" Just so I don't have to.
I don't think he was struggling. Like, he's still winning in CS, even though he left the lane. But, like, that's. I think those are the best ganks, right? Like, the Lycan and the Tide both had no idea Drow was going up there, because, like, it's a Drow Ranger who ganks on him.
Ganks on Drow, yeah.
And I love that. I think Weaver skipping bugs was sort of a crucial mistake, just because the 2 supports are 0 armor. So. Minus armor is going to be super, super good against them.
Cool.
Yeah, and level 1 Swarm is actually like 14 seconds now or something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, you actually don't need to scout that skill past 1. And Boba's just sitting in mid and soaking XP while Drow gets the jungle, which is pretty good for them. Like, if this Visage gets levels, like how this game's going, it's way better for TT than I thought it would. Their laning was really smart. I didn't even consider it because, yeah.
They haven't been stacking Wisp, though, like what we thought they'd do in the early game. I guess they decided to change their lanes at the last second.
The stacking thing is, like, they don't have anyone really to kill the stacks that well. And it was, I actually wasn't quite sure. I mean, it's sort of obvious before we go aggressive, but I didn't think of it at all, because I don't know. But, like, that stacking thing would have been if they're sort of defensive versus defensive.
Yeah, exactly.
And Boba's getting a lot of space here, actually. This is so good for him.
So if you have Drow on your team and you get, like, these really early level 6 Visage Birds, I guess, like, potentially you can make a hell of a lot happen. Like, you can just push straight up if you want to. If you find the opportunity, you can take a lot of team fights because of your burst damage.
Yeah. The biggest thing is you can zone someone out of a lane with just Visage. And I think he's the only support who can do that in the game, basically. Like, 1 support versus 1 core, and the support just crushes them. With the potential to kill and will zone them out otherwise.
So insane, like. And Koikfa is still just having so much fun up top lane. Considering he's against this lane, though, and he's died, Illidan's doing really well for himself. Sure, some of the kills are, like, some of his creeps are neutral creeps, but...
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. Like, once the Lycan hits level 5 or 7, he can do decent versus the Puck, just because you have these annoying little wolves. And Sing actually just called for a back out of bottom, which is really good, because they knew the Meg rotates down with Ravage, and there's no way they're fighting that, I think.
So they just run away?
Yeah, so that's good.
How important is this tier 1 tower for Team Tinker?
This game, I don't think it's that important, just because they're going to get something out of it. But in general, the tier 1 bottom Radiant is the most important tower in the game, I think. Like, the mid towers are really important, but that tower opened up too much in mid lane.
Well, TP reaction, Bulba is definitely dead here.
Ooh, 10% magic reduction. That's all he has. Just instantly pops.
I mean, they don't get the bottom tier 1 because of that, though, and they end up losing their mid tier 1 even though they deny it.
Yeah, that was good play by Tinker for sure. They created a situation where there was enough pressure that they could get something without basically losing anything. I think they'll still lose bottom, but they're getting more on top. They're getting so much more farm. Like, during that time, even though he died, I don't think the gold graph should have gone up or down. Or it should have gone, sorry, it should have gone up for Team Tinker.
Oh, like, Mag spotted inside of the woods. They're going to throw out axes to slow him a bit, but they definitely can't commit fully to this. He has Ravage still. It's a little bit too dangerous. Sing yelling to run.
Ball was actually crazy.
Okay. It looks like they do secure the tier 1 in the safe lane, and Pycat's actually just going to make his way top, where Quakefoot is already waiting. And FNG's here, but he doesn't have that much mana. Teleport in, it's going to be Lil. Oh, he gets silence off during the orb. Can actually kill, though. I mean, he's playing this quite manly. Bycat's coming in from the back. He realizes that FNG's out of mana. He wants to go for 2 kills instead of 1, playing this pretty greedy. Might be able to pick up both. Coil's going to be there from Quakefight, and they will manage to secure 2 kills.
Very nice play.
Man, that puck has 2,600 gold in treads at 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So he's got blink already.
Treads and more than blink at 8
Mag
minutes.
going for the solo kill. He's going to ravage EGM and Sing, but he gets the miss. He's got one more anchor smash in him with that haste rune.
He ravaged for it though.
Yeah, that's... I mean, it's okay to ravage for a solo kill like that, I think, usually. But obviously you want to get a bit more than that, because Wisp is only level 4. Like, the biggest thing about kills is that you're going to get high levels, and level 4 heroes don't give anything.
Does it kind of allow your cores to farm more kind of aggressively as well? Because you know that ravage isn't coming for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. And like I talked a lot about how Team Tinker doesn't have anything to initiate unless Puck does something really big, which it looks like he's going to do because he's ridiculously fine. And apparently Draw Ranger just hastes up top and kills people. But like it's not that easy for VP Polar to initiate, honestly. Like Scar Slow got nerfed a lot, and
he's dead. He might kill Lil though on his way out. They're walking in melee range is going to be pretty close. He does end up getting 1 kill before he dies. I think he actually trolled it a bit late there.
He did. Not sure if it would have made a difference. And yeah, that was sort of not that good for Team Tinker because they took time where they're super strong when
the Ravage is down.
Yeah, they have no Ravage, and then they traded a high level core for a level 5 Sky Wrath Mage. So
do you think that was to do with the Ravage being down? Like that's why Pycat was playing so aggressively?
Yeah, I think like going for those plays is good and like they can win you games basically by going for them. So like I don't want to criticize them too much here, but like it was a good idea. It's just unfortunate that Tide was there.
Okay.
Because I don't think he TP'd. I think he was just there. That's hard to call.
Yeah, he was. Just walked up.
Now Quakeface got a DD here. He's gonna see Mag on the low ground. Maybe he wants to try to do something here. Throws an over up to the high ground. Mag taking quite a bit of damage. He might be able to drop a coil and get this kill. I think he actually could have gotten that if he committed a bit harder. Maybe he was just scared of the Skywrath.
Yeah, he's still level 5 though, Lil.
Although only level 2 silence. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't enough damage. Now he just blinks into some trees.
When do you go Midas and when don't you? So on Weaver here. Like,
on Weaver?
Yeah. Why isn't he going Midas?
I think you go Midas basically when you can't do anything else with other items.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I'm not that good at calling Midas. I personally really don't like the item right now in the game.
Okay.
I don't know about this game for Weaver, but like in the game in general. So it should be.
Is that because the games are too fast paced?
I think like it takes a long time to kick in, and then when it does kick in, you have a useless 2k gold item in your inventory. So if you die, you get more gold. Like it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's sort of weird like that.
I think 6.82 is a pretty big Midas nerf actually.
Yeah, I don't think Midas actually makes you farm faster compared to a lot of items too. Because like you're scared when you have a Midas and you can't pressure anyone. Like usually it's not my favorite.
Okay. Cool.
Uh-oh, liking at Roshan.
Quakefoot is scared.
Quakefoot.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine.
Fine.
So and I guess one of the things that VP want to go for obviously is the Roshan control. And they've already killed the safe lane tier 1 of Team Tinker. If they manage to get mid-tower, it's positioning-wise a lot easier for them to get into spots to do Roshan. But at the same time, it might be a little bit scary trying to fight into it. But at the same time, EGM's only level 4 still. Just hits level 5 right now. So they still don't have a relocate on the side of Team Tinker.
If Team Tinker bait out the Ravage, I'm pretty sure they can do Roshan in like a second.
Yeah, they kill Roshan ridiculously quick.
Yeah.
Like it's actually not fair how quick. They have a medallion.
Yeah.
I like how he went for Tranquil Boots too. Just because I think that hero's way too slow without them to play. Every time I don't get Tranquil Boots, I regret it. So top lane.
Yeah, Quakefoot finding a solo kill here on Lil.
Quakefoot doing too much.
I really like the way they're playing though. They're asking like Illidan's in the jungle farming up Ancients and with the Vlads, and they're letting Skyrath farm top. Well, sure he did die, but he did get level 6 out of that as well.
Yeah, it's sort of the play. It's really good because just by Ravage. He hates EGM so much.
Really doesn't. He has a regen rune.
He's not even gonna kill. Oh, okay, he will. Never mind. That's Phobos. He did.
Yeah. And he ravaged again for another solo Wisp kill.
Really doesn't.
Oh,
like
they got top. They got Puck.
Yeah. Ogre and Skywrath actually killed him.
That is a ridiculously huge kill this game actually.
Because he's so far ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, both supports actually now level 7 on the side of VP Polar.
It's more than just that he's so far ahead. It's they actually got level 7. Wow, that's really good. But if you kill someone when you have downtime on your big ultimates, you're basically just buying time so that your big ultimates can come up again. Yeah. And like killing Wisp with the Ravage isn't that good for him, but like who cares now? Ooh man, that
Also,
is not fun to play versus.
No, the Anchor Smash nearly one-shotting the birds. The poke is kind of their playmaker as well in this game.
I thought he had his blink up there. Maybe not.
Oh,
Boba
disaster.
Throwing out a grave chill.
EGM.
Pycat, he's getting healed up
Not
right now
level
by the
6.
tether. One more Anchor Smash. The Wolf still chasing him. Phobos is there as well. He ends up getting that kill, but Korfa, he manages to burst down Phobos before any time lapse comes out. Illidan going to be dropping as well. It's a 2-for-1 exchange right now, favoring Team Tinker. Looks like Mag's just going to TP out. No Ravage
They made
there.
the Roshan call too. I don't like this. I don't think they can do it here. They have damage control, but they don't have the draw aura.
Yeah, and she's still dead for about 20 seconds, so they're going to try it anyway. They do have Vlads, though, so
They
maybe
do.
Sing is actually going to stay at high HP, and they have Medallion as well.
Like,
So I hear Sting saying for poke to take it.
Troll ulti popped. They're actually going to take it here.
It's so far.
There's still no Ravage.
They're looming.
Mag blinks in, he gets an Anchor Smash on pretty much everyone. Can he actually do anything about this? One already going to be dropping. It's going to be EGM Coil onto Mag and Lil, both in a lot of trouble. Bulba tanking quite a bit of that Mystic Flare, but it's not enough to take him out. They end up giving away the Wisp, and 2 on the side of VP drop. FNG is still around, but he has no mana for a stun. Phobos going in. He wants to be able to pick off Sam here. Time lapse is a little bit too soon, and the Courier ends up dying in the fray as well. VP Polar losing so much in this team fight. Phobos goes back, and he wants to try to chase down Bulba, but he's just way too far.
Okay.
And in the river, Illidan's around. He really wants to try to do something.
but Wisp is crazy.
Oh, he's on the high ground now, so he's more than okay. He's actually completely stuck right now. Aegis being picked up by the Drow. They're going to find FNG in the pit. Quakefo orbing out, helping secure the kill onto the Ogre
Birds don't on
Magi.
Lil.
I mean, everything considered, that was amazing for Team Tinker.
That was so good for them. I think it was a really cocky fight to go for that, just because you don't know if they have buybacks of VP Polar. They sell that tier 1, but that went out so well for them. And now they're getting a Lycan kill. Like, that's ridiculously good for them.
So that solo Ravage on EGM ended up hurting a lot more than maybe VP had expected.
Pycat actually respawned just as they started fighting as well, so everyone had the bonus damage for that fight.
Oh, Bulba gonna end up getting picked off here, so
He's really...
This
they
is the
will
man
end up
who
losing
invented you.
something.
He bought... Okay. Quite going for the Midas. What do you think of this? The poke Midas we've been seeing a lot.
I'm not a fan of it, and especially not this game. But people keep doing it in competitive scenes, so I'm not saying why. Ha 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 ha.
I actually know why, but I won't say it either, because I made Envy tell me yesterday.
Oh,
So I won't spoil. I won't spoil Arena. Oh, EGM getting caught again. Seems to be the brunt
These are
of a lot
some
of
big
ganks
picks.
this game.
These are actually some, like, they're not big picks because they're on, like, shittily leveled supports, but it's so nice to have. Just because, like, after a fight like that, like, your morale goes so down as VP Polar.
Just getting a kill.
Like, these are actually morale kills. Like, they don't affect the game at all, but they make you play better.
So Sing actually choosing to stay in range for him, so he has that bonus 50 damage, like.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. I wonder which one actually has does that have more DPS, do you think? Because, like, you have lower BAT and plus 15 base damage when you have melee.
I think
It's
it's
probably
in Heroes, the melee is probably still better at this stage.
Oh,
again.
just because of bash?
Yeah, because
yeah,
of the
that
bash
makes
damage.
sense. Ooh, big plays by Pycat. He's 3-shotting.
So dead.
Yeah.
I mean, at this stage in the game, Weaver actually can't do anything to Drow.
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is, his build's so weird. Like, he's like, he had Intreads for that, and then he has a Mithril Hammer and a Ring of Health. Like, it's, I'm not too sure what he's going for.
I think Maelstrom. It's
Okay, and then what's CP? What's CP on Pycat?
Oh, they're going to
Nice
go
stun,
for
nice
Illidan
stun.
here. Can they actually kill him? It's a double bird stun. One more auto attack from Pycat. He gets him.
might
Actually,
go.
EGM's
Ravage.
Urn gets the kill. Ravage
They burst on the
two.
Wisp.
Yeah, they're going to be able to probably take out Pycat here as well, but he still has the Aegis. He wants to get Lil
Visage
before he ends up
birds.
dropping. The birds are chasing him down. Pycat going to get the killing
Oh,
spree.
dead.
Quaif is here as well. The silence on 2. FNG going to break the coil here. Mag, he's going to blink out of it as well. Ends up getting stunned in the back. Kraken Shell one time on one of the Frost Arrows, but he gets slowed again, and he should end up dying here as well. Doing some damage, though.
Pycat. Holy crap, he has 4k gold.
Those kills, man.
Yeah.
Those kills.
And the Roche, he just straight up buys an Eagle song.
That's really good. I really like that this game, actually. I think Butterfly is an incredible item this patch. And it's really good on draw, obviously.
Bloody boys.
Like, if you can get away with that fast Butterfly this game, like,
Everyone
the only
does-
way they can kill you is to burst you down in Ravage or Ogre Stun, and you have a Wisp save for that. So if they have to hit you and you have a Butterfly, you have, like, so much HP.
Look at how fast they kill towers with Troll ulti. Dear Lord. I mean, normally during this stage, like 18 minutes in, you wouldn't lose your map control like that fast. But against this type of team, like every time you lose a fight, it feels 10 times worse because of how fast they'd actually kill
Yeah.
towers.
Bulba has eggs in 150.
Holy crap.
He
So-
is farmed.
If you were to put yourselves in the position of VP Polar right now, are you just like totally desperate, or do you feel like our high ground defense is still pretty manageable? If we win a couple of team fights, maybe we're still in it.
I'm of the opinion that they're almost in an unwinnable position.
Okay.
I think that if Team Tinker plays it safe, they push all the outer towers, they constrict the farm, and then they just wait for Roshan and go for a high ground push, then VP Polar has an extremely low chance to win. Because even if you win that Ravage fight, you're going to lose the next one.
So you're relying heavily on Team Tinker just to make a mistake?
Yeah, you have to rely on them to make mistakes, which, like, it's a bad way to play, but dual Visage lineups are very fragile.
Okay.
Oh, Pycat solo killing FNG here bottom, just to add things.
Oh, he's actually going for the Desolator on full boss. I think he's saying like, okay, we need to do damage right now.
Yeah, he's going to get 3-shot.
It also helps the split push though. I mean, at this point, it's kind of the only choice you can make, I think. Because, EGM, what are you doing there, buddy? He's got a tether, but unfortunately his ally, Quickfa, has just ran completely away from him. Maybe a bit of miscommunication there, but I think when you're in this position and you know that you can't really take an engagement anymore, you just try to go for like the riskiest high damage item you can and just try to push out lanes.
Yeah, just YOLO it.
Because I mean, realistically, if you get caught by Quickfa, no matter what items you have, if you don't have like BKB, I think you just die.
Yeah, it's fair. And Bulba has the Ag Scepter now, and he's nearly level 11. How do, like, if you summon the birds before you hit the level, so say I'm level 10 right now, and I summon my birds, and I get level 11, does it upgrade the ulti?
It upgrades the damage, but the stun duration doesn't get upgraded, and the health doesn't.
Okay.
So you definitely want 11 before you resummon.
Okay, cool.
DD, Quickfa, no bottle. He should give it to someone with a bottle, and then that's a really good opportunity to take bot tower, maybe pressure them a bit at base.
Does EGM give his bottle to someone else?
I think he should. They took the DD on him, which, I mean, it's fine, but like, I think it's underutilizing such a strong rune at this point, because like, Draw Ranger has 209 base damage, so that's, like, she would actually hit for 500 hit, which is Skyros HP.
And at 20 minutes in, like dealing that much damage is pretty insane.
Yeah, and here's a butterfly. Like, this game's looking really good for them. Blink butterfly, like that's an ideal build basically, if you can get away with it.
I mean, the golden experience was pretty darn even up until about 15 minutes, and then it took a really, really steep swing towards Team Tinker. And I mean, a lot of that was just off of the back of the fight around Roshan, where they pretty much got like everything, I think, and only lost to EGM and got Roshan off of it.
Honestly, I think the biggest thing this game was that Ogre didn't have an impact early game. He had a free map to walk around. There was no pressure on the puck, there was no pressure on the mid. He basically sat bottom. If you sit in lane as Ogre, your hero's not that good.
Yeah, Pycat kind of knew he was coming as well. The one time he did rotate mid, he
yeah, that was really good by Pycat there too. And like, the thing is, he didn't have a chance of killing him there, but like, you need to keep up that pressure. You need to rotate between, because like, bottom lane will die top.
He's almost going to get picked off. Has 6 HP right now. Can he actually phase shift fast enough? Nope. I think he actually clicked forward after he phase shifted. That was really weird.
Okay, that's a big pickoff.
That's a decent pickoff for sure.
The last game, that 15k.
That's actually, like, if you look at, like, that's 2,500 XP and 1,300 gold. Like, that's actually way too much. But
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
That actually feels like way too much to me. I don't know.
And that was split, what, 3 ways? 2 ways?
3 ways, yeah.
3 ways.
Yeah.
That's a lot, though, so.
Well, Team Tinker seem to still be in pretty good spirits. They're actually talking quite a bit this game, realizing how important it is to make sure you get to like 7 or 8 wins. I mean, that's pretty much where you want to be right now in the standings if you want to make sure that you're going top 6.
So full boss with the Desolator finished, giving the mid tower a few clicks. And he's going for that BKB you mentioned, Danny.
Yeah, he kind of needs it. Like, if you don't have BKB and you get jumped as Weaver with 1,000 HP, you die. There's no way you can live through that. Even if he has BKB, if he gets stunned for even like a little while, like if he gets coil stunned on accident or gets bird stunned, I think he still just immediately explodes.
Yeah, this is a fun game for Visage at this point.
So I guess when you're in this position, if it were you, you'd just be like pushing out lanes with birds like 24/7.
Yeah, I think like farming your jungle is really good just because like
Stop
the
them.
amount of space that VP Polar has right now is actually really low just because Pycat's ridiculously strong. Quickfa is way over farm for this game. So like every jungle camp you take basically like limits the farm by 10%.
The birds lived.
Yeah, he should kill 2 here. He should make Bubba can't reset. Kill him. That was not the play.
Oh no.
Swarm gives vision, so you just swarm over the trees and kill him. And you should also howl for him. Like I don't like the use of howl this game hasn't been quite spot on. And VP Polar is actually usually pretty good about stuff like that. So
Well, a lot of it's your team too, right? Like you have to call for a howl or something. If
for sure. This is 100% on the Lycan too. Like especially the go bottom. That one is on the 3 players in the trial lane because like there's no way Lycan's watching a lane. He's playing a 1v1.
Okay. So it's on the person. It's on Weaver to call for the help.
It's on the person who needs it.
Yeah.
It's sort of. No,
Maybe
sorry.
a little bit aggressive
I heard
there, yeah.
Ogre spin. Like, maybe he thought he could kill the birds in 2 hits just because of Vessel, but they're surprisingly tanky, but not tanky. I don't know. It's sort of weird.
Okay.
I think they're tanky versus VP Polar's team, unless the Weaver has like a ton of damage items.
They're really tanky when you're ahead like this, but like if you ever fall behind that hero, like tanking is
Oh my
with your
god,
bird sucks.
this
And
Roshan, look at it die.
yeah, Droll Visage.
Oh
wow.
my
Top
god.
lane. They're going for Quakefa. He's going to go for the phase shift. His team has killed Roshan in the process. He blinks to safety.
They have relocate.
Nothing of value was lost. They might want to
They
try
can
to
kill
go
him.
back in here.
Yeah.
They don't know where Tide is right now though, so they shouldn't go for something like that. I think, do they have ward on him? Nah, they don't quite see him on the ward.
I think they might have saw him go in though.
Okay. But still, like he's so close and it's 4-staff blink.
The
Yeah.
Ghost Scepter is a huge item on Mag actually in this game. I think more of VP Polar should actually try and get that item instead of 4 stuff.
It's so hard to get Ghost Scepters because as an item it doesn't do like
do anything else.
you buy this item and you don't die, but you don't do anything either. So like you're just prolonging your death. Like there are some cases where you need it, of course, and there's some cases where it's super good. But like if it's to survive their attacks and you can't bait anything because all your teammates need to go scepter, like it's not that strong.
It's kind of like the early BKB. Like it saves you, but you don't do anything.
Yeah,
with it.
that's perfect way to put it. And
Speaking of BKB, Pikehat's actually going for one as well.
when they have it, they should break base. He has Aegis.
I mean, this is essentially like the strongest BKB timing, right? Like you already have all the damage that you need, and you're basically getting a 10-second BKB when
With
you go high
Aegis.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Quakefa, creating space.
And Mag thought about
Space?
ravaging there, but actually ended up cancel casting. Quakefa's going to be able to get away.
Yeah, Puck's such an annoying hero. Like, oh my god.
I mean, this is one of the situations where you kind of have to wonder, like, if the Puck didn't have such a good game, would this really be the same? Because he's the one who actually demanded a lot of focus from the side of VP, and that takes a lot away from Sing and a lot away from Pikehat on the
Like,
drow.
that's the weirdest thing about this game because, like, Tinker's trial lane is not that good. If you put Scarth, Weaver versus or whatever, like, they're not gonna completely dominate you. They'll get free farm, sort of. Not even, it'll be contested. And then Ogre can 100% zone a Puck.
Yeah.
And then once he's zoned out, like if Lycan gets level 3 when Puck is level 1, he's going to hit 5 when Puck's like level 3, and then he can zone out a Puck. He will crush the Puck in lane at that point. So I think like the early choices are really showing here because like every hero on Tinker is way too farmed right now.
So giving the early levels to your carry and then rotating is probably the better way.
Because Puck gets crushed by Ogre. Like that Ogre hero, wow.
Pretty good hero.
Freaking 20 armor, 80 damage.
3.2 base HP regen or something like that.
Yeah, I don't even know. How's that a hero? Ooh, he's crazy. Nope, he's not crazy.
Should when you're pushing high ground like this, should you have your birds with you, or should they be split pushing? They like you should be with you for the fight. Yeah.
He doesn't have a resummon, so they need him with him.
Okay.
Ideally, you want them in our lane, and you just have a resummon. Resummon your birds mid fight is definitely overrated.
Overrated? Like
I think so. Okay. I think people like. I think the amount. Oh wow, that's hard outside and bottom with TP.
Relocate coming in as well.
Bye bye.
Illidan, he actually just wants to go for a kill, I guess, instead of trying to run from this. He's going to get coil stun regardless.
He might be dead.
He's so dead. He actually just turns
Oh, he
around
gave
and
up?
just realizes that he was dead.
Wow, EGM actually hates life.
I think he's probably just like, he is the martyr right now for Team Tinker.
Yeah, he really is.
What a beast.
He has, what is that, 9 out of 15 deaths?
How quickly will the Rex die?
Well, Pikehat actually just blinks forward here. He's going to get Scarith ulted, just BKBs immediately. Wants to go for Mag as well. Ghost Scepter popped. And
Oh my
Troll
God,
ulti,
the
and the
Rex.
Rex is just gone. Just
They
immediately
got like
dead.
what, 2? They got all the Rex now.
I mean, there's not even a tier 2 left, so if they want, they can just transition to another lane, or they can just kill FNG.
Damage?
4 staff.
I think Phobos' problem is he can't actually do any damage because they just instantly silence him. And
Yeah, he needs that BKB desperately, but even once he gets it, like, it's sort of weird. He basically has to flank, and then they have to forget he's there in order for him to do anything this game. Ogre Magic, force that. Oh, Ravage.
It only
On
hits on
Aegis,
one.
though.
Pikehat still got Aegis as well. Quite a dodge with phase shift. Stun on the Sing. Mag, they're going to get out with the 4 staff. And the Ghost Scepter again.
Phobos terrifying.
Do you know how to check the Aegis timer as a spectator?
Basically, we don't know the exact time.
Yeah.
So this is like
When does it expire? Like in 1 minute from now?
yeah.
Okay. So like ideally what you would want to do is like have everyone heal up and then just go right away. But if you only have 1 minute on Aegis, it's a bit not that good. Because like people get too impatient once they see a Ravage used. Like you still have like 2.5 minutes before you have to really commit to something. Or 2 minutes and then you have 30 seconds before it's up.
I think as long as they just keep track of their Aegis, they'll be like. I don't even think they're worried about Ravage, to be honest.
It's like they're not because they're just in such a good position. But the only way they can lose is for like 5-man comp on each other and then they Ravage and then they move command on each other.
Do you guys time spells? Like if
Yes.
tied under Ravages, you time it, do you?
Yes.
I think everybody does, right? You kind of have to.
Teams are like to varying degrees of good at it. I don't think we're that good. Like it's something that we try to improve on constantly.
Oh, multicast on Pycat. Flank forward for Mag. Goes for the anchor smash here. He still has his Ghost Scepter and his Force if he wants to use them. BKB pop by Sing. Actually just going to be used to retreat. Bird's doing a little bit of zoning here from Bulba.
That's a really nice skirmish.
That's a good fight.
He's like an outing. He's going.
Yeah, they want to go for
The Aegis
Pycat.
is down.
BKB actually popped. Yeah, Aegis faded as well. Coil onto Illidan. He's going to get stunned here. Koifa
Is
goes
the
for his
Hyper
orb
on
behind
siege?
Mag. He's stuck inside the coil. He's not going to be able to get away for the time being. Going for the kill. FNG already dying along with Mag as well. Pycat is actually the trade right now. It's Phobos. He's going ham. He's got full HP still, and he's got time lapse up. They can continue to chase this. I think they
is
should
so
be able to get this
fast.
kill. Yeah, he's actually insanely fast. Holy cow.
He's actually faster than Weaver. Look at him.
That's unfortunate.
Wait,
And he gets a regen
oh,
room?
he's going skating. Nice. Okay.
That regen.
That's ridiculous.
That was actually incredibly well executed, I think, by VP Polar. They took a really good skirmish. They forced a BKB before Tinker realized that the Aegis was going down and they could actually lose a fight there, because they did lose that. They jumped it. Like, there wasn't that much hesitation from VP Polar. It's like a snap decision. So whoever's calling the shots did a really good job there.
Mag just blinking in and anchor smashing.
Sting actually
he's a
bought like
manly man.
4 TPs during that because he thought he was going to die.
That's a classic. Like, you just...
That's the panic right there.
Look at Sing's score. 0-0-8.
Yeah, that's a good score for Troll.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, he's really just there for his Whirling Axes and ulti, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
press
that's his
R,
job.
press W, good hero.
Oh my god. AC finished on Bulba.
Yeah,
So
he
item
is
progression-wise, on Visage, if you get this far, like you have Aghanims, you have AC, maybe Athos, I guess, since you said you like the item so
Yeah.
much. What's your next item after that?
Right now, I don't think AC was that good, honestly. I think that...
Not even against like Lycan Weaver?
Like, the thing is, like, AC is an item that you get for damage, right? Or to mitigate damage. It's decent for the damage mitigation this game, but it's primarily focused on doing damage. And, like, if we've... Like, they killed the tower in, like, 2 seconds, so...
Yeah, that is true.
So they don't need more damage. They
Yeah.
just need survivability. Like a 4-staff or something like that?
like, Hex or Atos, I think, would have been the best.
Okay.
He kills the support. You can force a Ghost Scepter from Meg. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with it.
Oh,
Atos.
Koifa might be in trouble.
I mean, he's been getting chased by DK Phobos for like the last 2
Yeah,
minutes.
that
He has
is
blink
that
up.
is a puck.
Yeah.
They're gonna force a BKB here.
Oh my
Or
god,
just
they
kill.
might actually just kill him.
Oh.
He coiled out.
Oh, these eggs! They know it's eggs. Kill him. No.
I don't think they see him.
Oh, and this is a good decision to get out. I'm just way too like, oh, kill everything, you know? That's a really good call to get out. That was super level-headed by TG. I mean, Quickfoot still ends up dying, but that was a good call.
I mean, the amount of time that he was actually being chased, like,
I mean,
that was pretty
puck,
clowny.
right?
He face shifted like 4 times,
Yep.
blinked away, duels, all that stuff, so.
Poker late game. Scary stuff.
I mean, honestly, VP, they're definitely behind, but it's like you can see these decisions that they make,
Like,
still keeping them in it for at least the
more
time
of
being.
as more of these fights go on, like, you don't want the games to go on so long with Joe Visage. Like, she's not the worst, but she definitely doesn't get stronger. She definitely peaks at that mid game when your auras adds, because like your auras has match effectiveness. Because like you only can get so many agi items basically, right?
Yeah.
And then your aura starts getting weaker because you're getting these plus damage items, and people are easily like they get tanky enough so that they can close the gap. Blinks start coming out, stuff like that.
Do you go straight damage now on? Or it looks like he's getting a Manta. Or a Skadi?
I
But guess
don't
Manta.
know what he's getting actually, but I'm not the biggest fan of Manta style. Like your ult doesn't work on it, so your illusions suck.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what you would get. Like maybe a Satanic this game would be decent. Just like if you're super tanky, like even if they close the gap on you, you have enough damage on your teammates at this point where you want them to go on you, basically.
What about a Hex on Pika? Is it like completely ridiculous or? It's Like, you already have enough damage, like, as you spoke about. Like, damage isn't actually the problem. You have AC and Visage and 3 super birds.
Hex, I don't like it that much just because it's a Weaver and Lycan, so even if you hex them, they're going to be
They're still
maximum
really
speed.
fast, yeah.
But, like, Abyssal might actually be decent just because Lycan's going to have a BKB. He's not going to go in BKB, apparently. But anyways, Weaver has a BKB and stuff like that. You have Blink Abyssal. But that's a bit clowny, right? Like, that's a...
The Blink Abyssal
That's
thing.
the Clown 9 right there.
I don't think QO knew what hit him, like, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, you know, like, you can't, like, I saw a comment where, like, someone TP'd right beside them and he didn't even react. I'm like, you can't see the TP on Invisibles. Like, it's so stupid. And this smoke is, they're not showing anyone, so, like...
Oh, Sing
Lycan's
getting stunned
angry.
here before the BKB. Illidan has the ult popped. Looking for possibly a Ravage here. Mag in a pretty good position. Sing pops his BKB early here. They pop a Troll ulti as well. They're trying to kill the Necro, but Phobos already dead.
Here's a
Can't leave
buyback
the
time
coil
lapse. Here's a
even with
buyback time
BKB.
lapse. This is their fight. This is the fight they have to take.
Oh,
good
God, that
silence. Such a good
hits
silence.
everyone pretty much. The Ravage goes off. It actually only hits on 2 right now.
Phobos comes in and
actually
dies
killing
instantly
Phobos.
again.
Yep, after the buyout. Illidan almost dead right now. And Lil drops as well. It's 3 down, actually including 4 if you want to count the buyback from Phobos. And I think their base is just dead.
Yeah, that should be game. There's, like, even if Team Tinker threw 5 heroes in the well right now, I think they'd still win. But the idea by VP Polar was super cool because they forced out the BKB and then they sort of suicide the Weaver. I think it was intentional. And then they're like, the only way we win this fight is if, again, like, our Weaver gets in a fight and they ignore him. We get a 5-man Ravage and then they ignore our Weaver.
yeah, the Weaver had a time lapse the whole time and he wasn't silenced.
Yeah,
so
and then,
it wasn't intentional.
like, he bought back. Like, he waited to buy back, you know? Like, it wasn't like some panic thing. So that was really cool by them, actually.
Kill me, please.
Could have been Centaur.
Series ends up going 1-1. As they're chasing
They're chasing
Mag
man
to the
off the
well.
throne.
Don't kill him, he's just a watermelon.
Thank you very much for commentating with us, by the way.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks for having me.
It's always fun to have pros on, because
Yeah,
as much as you can theory craft and speculate, you never actually know what people are thinking, unless you actually, like, hear it from them, you know?
it's true.
Well, congratulations to Team Tinker. They end up tying the series 1-1, and I believe that leaves them at 6-4 overall. So that means they're still obviously in the running of getting top 6, and I think that game, the early game, was pretty much the end of the game, I guess, for VP. Like you